also make them abstain from things that would for purity and respectability. The three terms employed to suggest this is is as in the adjective there, meaning someone else or not your own. By the reason of these Sufi influences, right? And therefore talk पर्दा शब्द पर्दा जो अल्फाज है वो it's not a part of the vocabulary. And now, you don't do पर्दा, I think. It's not a and so I kind of complicate this idea of the parda a little bit, and it can be concluded so far that invoking sin gives far more legitimacy and weight to the ideas of Gairat and Waris, although it also finds support in the patriarchal interpretation of Islam that the men may have unconsciously forged. The differences between the Sunni Muslims and what though they are basically people who have changed, right? Then sometimes they will have members of milk. They say, this is the pastoral community, right? So when they want to, which I think is my favorite part, which is beyond the otak, right? And it's quite interesting when I was given an entry into that part of the house, and all the women of the ward, the young, the middle, the older, they would all come to see me, right? And all of them, 20, 30 women, would suddenly come around me, and they had a lot to say about because I left my daughter happy. And I think my husband is, I think he deserves it. And there's someone there by doing what we call home, he'll cough. So they would all put their bags there. And somebody said, okay, yeah. So it took quite a while. And I want to kind of, and some of the women here are some of the finest embroiders in the world. They have received awards from presidents and so on for their speaking. And I want to talk a little bit about this. Nazmin, again name changed, had worn a synthetic green frock and shalwar. Introducing her to me proudly as the newlywed bride, her mother-in-law said, "Look at her, isn't she pretty?" A host of women waited to see my reaction and verdict. Which I acquired after we had known each other for some time, and after he had visited me in my house in Ahmedabad. His wife has all kinds of conversations that do not find completion because someone or the other is constantly saying question. Or the older Fufi, Musa's aunt, who would disapprovingly remark, "Kaisa kapra not wearing good clothes," they would tell me, because there's no embroidery of the kind they had. Young Nasmi, Fulai, she would cry. While she married into one family, by Kipo in Kutch, Vadobhurana. Nazneen had embroidered her wedding quilt and brought her clothes in a tiny bag that lay in the corner of a bunga. Using that as an excuse, she had brought me to her bunga. She wanted me to see her books in the bag. She held out a collection of stories and anecdotes about the life of Watayo Fakir, a popular folk figure from Sindh. She asked me if I had pictures of my house or my daughter. "Have you traveled to Ahmedabad?" She laughed. "Not even Bhuj. I have been getting headaches, so I will now be able to go and see a doctor." I was to find out during my next visit that her mother-in-law had stopped allowing her to make continuous visits to the doctor. everything like that. Somebody who has been awarded, and I asked her that, she said, so I asked her when did the award take place. She said I was taken to Delhi, and so I said, where did you stay in Delhi? So she said, yaar dekho main kuch Lodhi. She could remember. So I said to her, I asked her in Sindhi, I said, so much of actually understanding gender is about understanding language. असा के खासो न लगे, खासो इस अच्छा। हमको इसका दो मतलब होते हैं, हमको अच्छा नहीं लगता, हम पे अच्छा नहीं लगता, ये दोनों मतलब इस चीज का। She said ऐसा के खासो न लगे, you know, this idea of like हम वहाँ किसी चीज के लिए गए, फिर हम घूमने ऐसे टहलने चले जाएं, कुछ और दिखाएं, हमको ये अच्छा नहीं लगता या हम पे ये सुहाता नहीं। And I left it at that. I think this ambiguity, the fact that I don't understand which of the two meanings it is, I think is a good thing. Because why I think field work should not be about smoothing and about translating as an important ethic. किया होता like lacquer work, रंग बिरंगी lacquer work किया होता। Sindhi we would say for a carpenter, we would say vadua, but I wasn't whether they are Hindus or Muslims, whether they are scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. At some point I asked myself this question. And why do I want to find out? You know, where am I going with this? Because it is the most disenfranchised community. Salman, I did not Hindu. He said to me, he said, yeah, I know it is very bad. He said, yeah, very kharab gala. And he said, ek tarfo the na boche. Humko ek tarfa hona chahiye tha. And I felt so ashamed of myself when he said that. He said, you know, people, educated people like you, you're right, हमको एक तरफा होना चाहिए. And I'm thinking, you liberate if you like, and when we are actually encountering it, we are not comfortable, right? Which means we want hybridity of a certain kind. We don't want hybridity of all kinds. And so it's a separate chapter in the book. But I think what I'm trying to say is that even there the question was whether a field worker aligns with the dominant categories of the state and translates experience. Whether this act of translation, which aims to make everything smooth,